Hi, I'm So Sun Ha, and I'd like to show you how to make kimchi today. And this is a very delicious Korean dish, and everybody loves. So today
Well, not everybody. People either love it or hate it, right?
Yes, that's so correct.
Because it's very spicy and very smelly.
That is so correct too.
So what do we have to use?
We have to use firm cabbage, nice cabbage, and the radishes.
What kind of cabbage is that?
This is Chinese cabbage.
Chinese cabbage that you get at the Asian grocery store. And check out those radishes. And then what do we have over here?
Here we have seasonings for the cabbage. And
what's this?
Anchovies.
Anchovies. So is that anchovies out of a can?
No, this is you can get it from the store, and it comes with a can or bottle, and ginger, garlic, and salt, red hot crushed pepper. And you can use some of fish sauce too. This is fish sauce, fermented fish sauce. I'd like to show you how to cut the cabbage to salt it. So first of all, this is only one I have, so you cannot miss out because I have one cabbage, okay? So quarter the cabbage in the half of the way, and then pull them apart, so they don't get so nicely pulled apart. And then soak this overnight and get wilted. That is basic to do.
You put salt in there with water?
Yes, I do. And put salt, water, and you wilt them down overnight. So these are overnight salted, so well salted. And then you rinse them out.
So kimchi is known to have health benefits also because there's a lot of good bacteria and probiotics. So people have been using this for eating kimchi for healthy digestion as well. And Koreans have been eating it for centuries. It's one of their main staple foods is kimchi.
You rinse this out and then drain out the liquid. Running water. If you want to rinse several so it gets quite salty.
So you soak the cabbage overnight and then
overnight,
strain it out.
Yeah, straining out. Have a nice radish, and you have to peel this to skin off. And
that's just a regular carrot slicer?
Carrot slicer will peel off.
So here we just peel the radish.
Radish, nice and good.
And after you peel it, it looks like it's more white.
Yeah, and then cut off the edge. And quarter the radish.
So cut the radish up in 4 quarters.
4 quarters. And then you can shred with actually, I'm trying to make and then you basically you can chop it.
Here we're chopping the radish. Or you can use the shredder to shred it.
So it's easy.
So this is the chopped radish.
Chopped radish, you put salt in. I'm wilting the radish. And then color used as a pepper.
Ooh, that pepper smells strong. Clears your sinuses up.
Yeah, and then rest of the, let us stand this to color. They get color and the water will come out and they soak each other, make a prettier color.
How long do you have to let it stand for?
It can be stand for any definite time until all the seasonings put it in here. This is about 1 radish and a half.
1 radish and a half.
Half shredded.
And then a cup
the
of red
huge
pepper.
Ones.
And then how much salt did you put in there?
About half cup.
Half a cup of salt? Okay.
30 minutes or an hour. That range. And then I'm going to cut up the rest of the seasonings and the ginger. I peel off.
How much ginger are you using? What are the ingredients proportions?
Proportions, I just use whatever I feel like to use. Usually you don't put too much ginger in because it can be so strong. But you cannot do without the ginger, but it's better to have a ginger because ginger bring out the nice flavor. Smaller pieces. And then I will grind this to mixer, food processor.
So it looks like you're gonna blend the ginger.
Ginger and anchovy. First of all, I like to do maybe garlic.
Anchovies. Who knew that you put anchovies into kimchi? I had no idea.
You have to have anchovy. This will give you most flavorful. Before you cover this up, I'm going to use fish sauce too because there isn't any liquid to grind it. So I'm going to use some of fish sauce to dilute.
How much fish sauce are you putting in there?
Maybe half a cup of fish sauce. This is very salty, so all depend on how much you want to put salt in. You can put salt in. And you start to I think well mixed together. So you put this into the mixture of radish.
Funny thing is, my mouth is actually watering right now.
You mix it in.
Smells amazing.
You mix this together, let it stand for a while. You all integrate together and mix it up. And getting liquefied all by itself with the radish. You taste this desirable taste. Yeah, it's just right now. But I taste some fish taste. So I'm gonna, when it does that, you put more ginger in. Ginger cuts all the fish taste in your food. Fishy kind of taste. So I'm just gonna grind a little bit more ginger in to cut the fish taste of the anchovy. Put a few more in.
So making kimchi is a process of trial and error. You just keep putting ingredients in, and then you taste.
You taste and you like the taste come up whether you like. And sometimes you add it to a couple pinch of sugar to bring out the bitter taste. I like to have a more maybe hot pepper in it. Added to more hot pepper in this. Green onion. Add it to the mixture.
You can add anything you want into your kimchi recipe.
Yeah, actually, do not limit yourself. You can have innovative doing anything your way. You can put oyster in. Actually, used to do. Actually, you can put fish, whole fish in it, smaller fish also. So. And you mix it up really well. And I like to put some pinch of sugar in because I taste it a little bit too salty. So it will kill off some saltiness. So I'm going to pinch of sugar. I'm going to put some more red pepper, and it's not hot enough. So, and in that I'm going to add some.
Koreans like it really, really spicy.
Spicy, and then I think I'm going to add to dab of sugar. About a spoonful of sugar.
Okay, so you do include sugar in your kimchi?
You can do it. Sometimes you don't need to do it. Either you can do it with.
So it depends on how all the ingredients taste together.
Taste and whatever your taste buds require. And you can put it in any kind of seasoning you desire.
So the sugar just off balances all the spiciness?
Sugar does help ferment kimchi faster. But when you don't need to ferment fast, you don't add it to the sugar.
Okay.
And it will, fermentation speed up a little bit better with the sugar, a little bit more sugar in it.
Okay.
So here we are. This inside seasonings all ready to go.
Oh, the smell is really strong. Very, very spicy.
Yeah, it is very pungent and smell. Smell. So good. It tastes so good. It's just right at the moment. So I'm going to let it sit. And then the cabbages are already rinsed and drained. So I'm going to put it in mixture together, put it in the jar. So I'll show you how to do it.
This was the cabbage that was rinsed.
I have a jar.
A kimchi jar. That's a
Kimchi
real
jar, cleaned and dried. It's a very important, cleaned and dried, absolutely clean and dried. And take one rinsed cabbage, put it down bottom. Open up the leaves, kind of shake it off, open up, and then you insert each under the leaf and kind of evenly spread.
It's sort of like stuffing a turkey, but you're stuffing a cabbage.
Well, you have to evenly distribute this seasoning, otherwise they don't get seasoned through their cabbages. So it won't be taste so good. So you just kind of, go through each cabbage leaf. This is kind of takes time, but if you do laying really good, this will give you even seasoned. So as I go, I'm gonna let it once sit here, and then go next.
That's a stuffed cabbage.
Yeah, I do kind of lay it kind of line up together. So I will do it same manner. Shake it up, spread it like a little bit over the side of fan, or you can start from bottom or top. Or it always better to do actually bottom first, going upwards towards. So this manner you can do not mix the individual under the leaf. That way all the seasoning goes through.
Kimchi's gotten really popular around the world, especially in Japan.
No, it's a Korean food. It's originated from Korea, and this for the people during the winter time, how they go through long winter, they needed to provide good solid vegetables for their staple. So they must every household they have to prepare for this kimchi. If they don't prepare, it's hard to get by without during the winter time staple. This is because this being staple, and it has to be prepared every household. It's a household chore. So
this is included with every single meal, Korean meal.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Without,
and usually, if you go to a Korean restaurant, kimchi is usually free. But I heard recently that the economy in Korea hasn't been that great, and that they started charging for kimchi as a side dish.
Because everybody loves kimchi and they cannot eat food without the kimchi. And also this takes about 2 weeks or more to fermentation. So it goes through fermentation, but always wait to perfect fermented makes the kimchi perfection. That's why we wait for the kimchi to ripe. We call it fermented, but it's a ripe also. That means, and so you have to wait for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. This will last. You can bury this under the ground temperature for all through winter, and in olden days. Nowadays there is a different way to store away, and
so now you fold it in half.
I fold it out in a kind of a crinkle, and then with the last leaf, I'm kind of wrapping over to hold all the seasonings in and tightly, nicely, and then put them in the jar and pack it down. Always use the last leaf to hold down to their shape. So. And leave about space because they do ferment and they boil up, run over because during the fermentation. So, and then leave it room temperature for 1 week or 2, and you will smell the kimchi start to ferment. And
you'll smell it through the jar?
Of course you will smell from outside. You know why they're fermenting. You can tell they're fermenting, and they get really well, full of juice will run over. Sometimes you have to put underneath some saucer to catch the juice run over while doing the fermentation. So this is it. This is the product.
So that's it?
This is it.
That's all
and
it takes?
Wait for the until they get fermented and ripe. And then you take them out and lay down flatter plate, and you cut pieces to bite sizes to serve with the hot rice or any food. And it's best when you serve with, even I heard, spaghettis, and it is so go well. So enjoy it. This is it.
So now we've fermented the cabbage for how long?
It's been about 2.5 weeks. This one is 2.5 weeks, and then they get to be a little bit fermented, and then they seasoned really well. Yes, they taste right now. So you spread this long, like height, what the original height. You cut off this end, and then you start to cut about 1.5 inches for bite sizes, nicely. Then you dish up. This is a product, final product of kimchi. You eat with the rice or anything you like to eat with a season.
We're going to taste the final kimchi. What do you have to say about kimchi, Young?
Oh, I've been growing up with eating the kimchi. Kimchi can be unavoidable. Every meal, Korean meal.
So he's
so
eating
good.
rice?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What makes kimchi good kimchi, Dad? What makes kimchi good kimchi?
If you make your homemade, it will be better taste because different ingredients.
Good ingredients. You put it in yourself. So
Versus store-bought or at the restaurant?
yeah. That's so good.
What do you think? Are you happy with it?
Turned out to be really nice. So very tasty.
What is the history of kimchi? How do you think it came about?
We don't even know how long ago we've been having this kimchi in Korea. Koreans very fond of kimchi because this is native food.
Do you think they eat a lot of kimchi in North Korea?
Yes, they do.
North as well as South Korea. Entire Korean people.
Do you think that kimchi might be possibly related to the war in any way? Because it makes people, I heard that kimchi makes people hot-tempered. Especially the Koreans. The Koreans are known to be very hot-tempered people.
Nothing to do with kimchi.
Are you sure about that?
Kimchi is healthy. Sure.
Cheers.